everybody, welcome back to part 2. This one is going to be about my cleansing routine or my skincare routine and what is in my makeup bag. I'm not going to do a get ready with me because I've got such unique applying techniques for my makeup that I don't particularly want to share those at the moment. Anyway, I'll take my glasses off actually. I have to keep remembering to look in this part here, and I've got a mirror there so I can talk to myself. So excuse me if I'm not quite on the ball with this. And last night we went for a little swim, yesterday evening with my daughter and her boyfriend. It was pretty cold. It was very sunny, but it got a little bit cold, but we had a lovely, lovely swim. And so I'm feeling a bit tired this morning. I think I stayed in the water for too long. So when it's not that warm, you try and swim and warm up, but I actually didn't work for me. But it was lovely anyway. So this morning, I'm not wearing any makeup apart from my brows, and my hair is a little unkempt, but this is reality. I probably look fine in part 1, but in part 2, I've let it slip. So anyway, that doesn't matter, does it? We're amongst friends. So I'll get straight on with it, she says. So what I cleanse my face with, I usually wash my face. Well, unless I'm wearing makeup and I need to sort of double cleanse it. So I'll use this number 7 foaming cleanser for washing my face generally. Or if I was away, I would take this little one, which is just a simple, refreshing facial wash, which does the trick as well. I'm not too fussed really. And if I need to double cleanse, I will use this micellar water as well. So number 7 as well. I think I've got 3 for 2. So yeah, I've got the other part of it over here. And then I will use these products from Avon. Well, first of all, I might use a bit of this. Is it salicylic? Who knows? Salicylic acid, 2% from The Ordinary. So sometimes I put that step in and just dab it on my hands like that, and then press it into my face like that until it's not sticky. And then I will apply this one from Avon, their new range. I've had this quite a long time. It's lasted me absolutely ages. So it's Hydrate, I've got to put the glasses on, I'm sorry. Hydrate and Plump Concentrate, HA+, 3.5% hyaluronic acid complex. And I really like this, and I think it's a lovely bottle as well. You don't see many people promoting Avon products, and I find it easier sometimes to work with a small amount of products to choose from, as in an Avon catalogue or something, and choose from that rather than going into Boots and seeing this huge array of products that I don't get on with that. And then I'll use that, and then I'll use a moisturiser. Or if I'm not going anywhere or in the evening or something, I would put this vitamin C complex on. Radiance Maximising Serum, vitamin C, and that's from Avon as well. So they look quite cute on the shelf together. So if I am going to use a moisturiser, I have a choice here. I'll have to keep my glasses on because otherwise I'll be taking them on and off. That will just drive everyone crazy. So this one is an SPF Hydroluminous, and it's got an SPF of 15. So that's a little bit lighter than this other one. So that's okay. And then if it's in the evening, although this is a day cream, it feels a little bit thicker, and I'll put that on at night and slather it on kind of thing. But to be honest, they all leave my skin a little bit, looking a little bit greasy, shiny. I try and dab it off, but if I'm going out or I want to apply makeup and I need a sunscreen and I don't want that affecting my Doodah foundation, then I will use this, which is again a new, which is by Avon, and it's Daily Defense Moisturiser, Vitamin C, and it's got an SPF of 50 plus. And this I find will rub right in. It doesn't leave a shine at all. It just dries down matte, and it works really, really well as an SPF. And I absolutely love it. I mean, it's not for you if your skin's a bit dry, because I don't think, we could probably slather that on, to be honest, and it would still moisturize your skin. But for me, this works really, really well, particularly around this area. So I highly recommend this one. And it does leave a little bit of a, not a tackiness, but a nice base for foundation afterwards as well. And it skips out another step, doesn't it, of your having to put another SPF on. And then today I used the very last of this, which is a little Chanel sample Revitalize. And it's so nice on your skin, but that's for another day. That's for another payday. We'll see. So next I will use my foundation. So this is Soft Glam Satin Foundation from ELF. And I know a lot of people are using this at the moment. And I absolutely love it. It suits my skin really well. I've got it on in light neutral. I did have a problem trying to find the right shade because there's just so many. But I think I did okay, actually. And 1% hydrating hibiscus complex in it. But I really, really like this. I mean, that's £8, which is brilliant if you just want to try it. And I think for me, it's very hit and miss when I buy products. So I do appreciate a cheaper sort of sample size. I know that's not a sample size, but it will do to get me to know whether I really like it or not. So yeah, I felt like you can build that up or whatever, but it does leave a really nice finish. So I'm really happy with that. If I'm not going out or and I need a SPF, but I just want a little bit more than just the SPF. I don't want to put the foundation on, but this is like a tinted, a UV glow, vitamin C UV glow, and that's got 50%, 50 plus SPF, UVB, UVA. That's from Garnier. And you can build that up a little bit. It does leave a nice kind of glow on your skin, but it's a little bit too shiny for me, but I do kind of dab it afterwards. But it does give a nice little bit of coverage, and it's just a nice alternative to just SPF or just the foundation. So that's that. And then, so I've got my foundation on. I will then use some eyebrow pencil. I cannot live without that. And I've got two that are from ELF, I think. I believe this is from ELF. I couldn't, Slim. Doesn't say on there. That's weird, isn't it? Incredible Brow. I only ever go to the ELF counter, so I don't know where I would have got that from. So this is a thicker one. This is the ELF Instant Lift Brow Pencil. There is a waterproof one of these, and I did buy it, and I couldn't actually get it to take onto my skin for some reason. They didn't work together. So I did take it back, actually, because every time I pressed a bit harder, I broke the the pencil off. So in the end, I was down to literally nothing and I still couldn't use it. So I did take it back and they did give me a refund, and I just bought another one of these. It's got the little spoolie at the end, but I would like to try that waterproof one because this is great. This is really, really good. I've got it on in dark brown, I think. And, but you know, you can smudge it off. So I'd appreciate the waterproof one if it would work. So this one, I believe it's from Elf. Who knows now? But they've got one very similar anyway. So this is a dark brown, and it's great for outlining the brow and then maybe filling in, or I can fill it in with the other one. But I did watch a tutorial where they showed me how to literally outline the brow first, because I've literally got no eyebrows, and then fill it in. I'm never going to get all those strokes and everything right, you know, but it has helped me to master some sort of technique. And yeah, I quite like that. I mean, my brows are black and they're quite thick as well, but I mean, there's probably collectively 10 of them, and some of them stick out like that, you know, like an old grandfather's kind of eyebrows. So I end up having to sometimes pluck them out. They won't lay down with a gel or anything like that, so it's a constant battle. But anyway, it's the least of the problems. Then I would go in with a blush, always a blush, and I would use either this is okay, it's from Collection, and it's a kind of cream blush. It doesn't really do very much, if I'm honest with you. Raspberry Ripple, but it's okay. You can do it with your fingers. This one is from Collection as well, and it's just a really cheap one, Cherry 7, this one, but it's really highly pigmented. So you have to kind of be careful with it, otherwise you end up looking like a clown, like me. And that one's really, really good. I have got a, hold on. Always ready for any occasion, that's me. This I bought from TK Maxx, and as you can see, there's barely anything on it anymore. It's been around, it's been there a few years for me, but I do like it, and it hasn't brought me out in a rush yet. So I sometimes use that one, but I'm more of a pinky girl, to be honest. But that one I do use as a kind of contouring, if I actually do contouring. I just literally put a little bit under the cheekbone and then go on top with that one, and then try and blend them all in. I mean, let me tell you, I know nothing about makeup, and for me to show you, it's just, yeah, I think there are people watching that would go, she's right, she knows nothing about it. It's not that I know nothing about it, it's that I don't know how to apply it. So what works for me is okay, but I don't use a lot anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then I would, if I was going to use any eyeshadow at all, which I do sometimes when I'm doing a video, then I use this Revolution, just really for sort of contouring, really, because I like to go just not above the, but high on the brow bone here, so that this sinks in a bit more, or it takes that back a little bit and right into the crease, because I do have kind of hooded eyes, and that's getting worse and worse as I get older. And so I'll go in with not too dark a colour, actually. I don't like that, but I probably this one here, and then I would probably take, I don't know where I'm looking anymore, take it up to here maybe a little bit. And then I would use this one, this light one here. It's like an ivory colour, but there's no shimmer to it, it's just a plain shadow. And then come along here to open up my eye a little bit, which it does seem to be working. And I might do a little bit of this, the shimmer shade of that, into the corners. And that works for me. I don't like looking like I've got a lot of makeup on, so the less the better. And then if I'm going to go along the eyelash line, I might use a little bit of this, or one of the dark ones anyway. So this is enough for me, really. I don't really need anything else. I'm sure there are much better eyeshadows out there, but because I haven't tried them, I don't know any better. So maybe one day I'll treat myself, but that wouldn't be a priority for me, eyeshadow. So this is Revolution, and it's called Reloaded Iconic 3. And that's okay for now. There's so many shades I haven't tried on this. I mean, they probably don't do this anymore because I've had it a while, but there's so many shades on there that I haven't tried that I might try. But to be honest, I can't see that well to do my makeup. So who knows what I'll end up coming out like. So then it would be, if I need a bit of concealer, which I do, I'll use this, but to be honest, it's not great. It's NYX Fix Stick, Pro Fix Stick, and I've never met a concealer that I got on with, and this is no exception. So I don't use it on my finger because it barely moves when you put it on, so it really doesn't, you know, blend in at all. So I'll perhaps use a little bit of this to go over these little dark spots. Can't see them. And then I've got a horrible vein that runs down here that I'd like to get treated, actually, which it won't cover up with foundation or anything like that. So I try and put a little bit of that on. It doesn't really last, but I don't really like it. But like I say, I've never met a concealer that I like. So that's that. Then I would, if I was going to curl my eyelashes, which I don't often because it tends to pull my eyelashes out, and you know, I don't want to damage what I've got left. It's just an ordinary one of these, but I might do the ends or something. And to be honest, they don't stay curled now these days. I have had my eyelashes curled, you know, permed before, and I really, really like that. They are black, so I tend to, if I feel like it, just dye the very ends of them because they tend to be light. But they are black, and they're not short and stubby. They're okay. And the bottom ones are really quite long, but because they're light on the ends, they don't show. So I'm looking all over the place, aren't I? I'm so sorry. One day I'll get used to this. If Alan's not here, I hate to say it, but he does steer me in the right direction, and he's not here. So this is what you get. So anyway, that's my eyelashes, and then I will do a mascara possibly. And if I had one here, I would show you. Oh yes, I have. I haven't been as bad as I thought. So I've got one, the Lash and Roll from ELF. And I really like that if I need more volume and curl. And it's really good. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't leave anything here. I don't know how long it would last because I never really seem to have it on for very long. But it's okay. ELF Lash and Roll, that's okay. But the other one that I wish I could show you, which I haven't got, god damn, is a glossier one, which my daughter gave me. And that's lovely because it's very fine It doesn't have a lot of volume in it, but it does lengthen really well, and it separates them and it leaves them shiny, and yeah, it just lengthens and doesn't add volume, which I really like. So, but I'm running out of that and I need to buy one. It's about £20, so you know, it's justifying it, isn't it? So then before the lipstick, I would use this. I've only just got this really, Banana Dreams loose powder, basically just translucent loose powder, and it's from W7. And the strange thing is that I thought I was buying from Elf when I was in the shop, because this was Elf's quite a big counter, and then there's this tiny little counter right next to it, and I thought it was just maybe just an offshoot of Elf. I don't know if it is or not, but it's W7, and it's okay. It's powder. I don't know what to expect from a powder, to be honest with you. So I just do the normal swirling it in a tiny little in the tray at the top, and do a bit of that just to get rid of that shine. But I don't really like any powdery residue, so I do go in with a fixer. So I'm starting to get a little bit more in my arsenal now. Though it does take me quite a while to get ready, because that's a lot of products, isn't it? So this is the Matte Fixer setting spray. This is W7 as well, thinking it was Elf, and it's fine. Seems to be okay. It doesn't leave any big blobs on my face, but it does get rid of that kind of powdery look. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Don't know what it does, but it seems okay. Then with the lipsticks. Now lipstick is something I do like. And for me, if I was going out just with literally nothing on my face, just my brows and a little bit of lip gloss and a tiny bit of blush, I would be happy with that. But that would just be going shopping or something like that, you know. I'll probably wear more makeup in the winter, to be honest with you. So I've got a few here. This again is from the W7 range, Elf, Balmish, and it just literally is a tinted balm. And that's what I'm wearing now, although it's probably gone. And it just is really nice. I really like it. Doesn't leave too much of a tint, and yeah, it just suits me. Or I would use, I've got two of these from MUA, and that one's quite old actually, so that's really a lot brighter if I was going for a crazy look. But you know, then I would have a lot more makeup on anyway. And this one for like every day, because it's nice and light. I do have fairly red lips, so any lipstick that I put on tends to be darker than what I think it's going to look like. So, but that's fine as well. That's a really nice one. I quite like these long shaped ones. So they're from MUA, and they do have a nice feel to them. If I was going to use a lip liner, it would be, I did buy one from, you've guessed it, W7, but I bought the wrong colour, so it's too dark for me. Unless I was doing a really mad video, I would probably leave that alone. Although I did put it round and then kind of bring it down and spread it, and then I put something over the top. I've got this one, but this is quite old, Natural Collection lip liner, and then that's too light really, so I need to find something. I really liked this one, and it's a nice little roll-up one, which seems to work better on the lips, but obviously not in that shade. And then this is my go-to lipstick, and this is from Revlon. It's shade 415, and it is something in the afternoon. Shall I see what it is in the afternoon? It is pink in the afternoon. And this is a really nice shade of pink, and it goes on not too heavy, but just a nice pretty shade. I think it suits me. I don't know. And then I would be done. So what's next? I will show you what I use for. So my go-to products in terms of just sort of body, face staples is, for my face, Vaseline always. I used to put this on my eyelids as a, or the lash line as a child, because I used to get very dry along the lash line, and I still do it now. So I put that on every evening along my lash line. So that's probably helped with lines and whatnot over the years. But I use it on my lips. Sometimes I use it overnight on my face. I put it all on, let it settle down, then just take off the residue with a tissue and leave it on overnight. Yeah, I use it for so many things. And then for my body, I would use CeraVe, always. This is empty actually now. This on my body was a game changer, because I could never find anything that would stay moisturized on my legs, particularly, you know, my shins and whatnot. And this does. So I've been using it for years, and I shave my legs every day. It does tend to keep the skin nice without all those sort of hair marks, if you know what I mean, the strawberry legs. And this helps. So I always moisturize my legs as well. If I don't moisturize the top part, I always moisturize the bottom part. And always with this. Love it. Sometimes I use it on my face, but from here down, this is what I would use. And then for any pimples or any things that you don't like, this is my go-to product, or it's Alan's go-to product as well. This is Aloe Pura Organic Aloe Vera Gel from Holland & Barrett. And I've just bought this as a new one, but the other one lasted me, shame to say, a few years. And if you put this on a pimple, and I put a blob on, let it dry down, by the morning it will have dried out that pimple, and then maybe another day and do it again, and it will be going. I promise you, it's so good. And then you've got it as well for other things, like other things that need soothing, like rashes or whatever. But sometimes I use it as sort of like a face mask. I'll put it on all over my face, let it dry down, have a bath or whatever, and then wet it and wash my face with that product, and feel like it gives it a nice, it's sort of like a mask come face wash thing, just for a change. So I do like that. It's a great product. What else have I got? So for hair care, I would use any shampoo, any conditioner. I don't really mind. But then I usually have to put on some mousse or something like that, just to give it a little bit of a lift before I use my blow brush sort of thing, the things that blow dry your hair while you're rolling it kind of thing. And so, because I've been doing that more often since I've been doing the videos, you know, my hair is a little bit drier. So I don't colour my hair or anything, but the top seems to stay fairly a blonde colour, and then underneath it is quite, you can see where the grey is. I mean, it's grey all over. And actually, when we lived in Spain, because, you know, you're in the sun a lot of the time, it went sort of transparent, very strange. But I'm okay with this colour. Sometimes I get fed up with these bits because they're very grey comparison to that, but I don't really want to start going down that route. Anyway, this is the volumizing foam that, I don't know if you watch Helen Mary Jo, but she's one of my favourite YouTubers, and I've been watching her for ages, and she said she'd gone into Poundland and found this foaming mousse for her hair, and it was doing really, really well with it. And it was like a dupe of Wow products. And she put it in her hair here, she blow dried it a little bit, and it literally just stuck up in the air. Well, I haven't found it as good as that, but it's great. I mean, I don't know how much it was. It probably wasn't £1, but it would be pretty near it. But when I saw it, I absolutely loved the name. I don't know whether that's the right way round for you, but it's called Stun. I just think that's brilliant. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that it's called that. I'm not sure if it's supposed to stun you in a bad way or a good way. And then there's a flash blow dry spray. To be honest, it's not a protectant or anything like that. I'm not really quite sure what it does, but it does say on the back here about it dries your hair quicker, which it actually does, and I don't know how it does that. But it also adds a little bit of volume, so I tend to kind of do this and then squirt it under there, kind of thing. Anything to give it a little bit of a volume. Oh God. So, but I find if I put too much product in my hair, that it takes the shine off my hair, and I do have fairly shiny hair, and I don't like that, but what can you do? So today you just got a tiny bit wet in the water yesterday, but I'd probably wash it if I wanted to get a style out of it. Otherwise these ends would get too dry. And then sometimes I use this liberally, like this, around the ends, because my hair's a little bit wavy, and it will kind of bounce back up, if you like. And that's water. So it's a good one for me because my hair reacts quite well to, light rain or something like that. It would kind of just revive it in a way. I've got a mirror there if you wonder why I've got a mirror there because I've got to talk into the camera here, and I thought that would help me look that way instead of looking that way. I don't know if it's helped or not until I look back on this. Anyway, the last part, I mean, you can't see what I've done there, but that was one coat of this for when I did the video, which would have been the day before yesterday, actually, the first part of this video. And I used one coat of this. That's it, because I always leave it to the last minute. And it's Rimmel. Goodness knows what shade it is. It doesn't say. 60 Super Shine. 60 minutes, 60 seconds Super Shine. It does dry quite quickly. So I do one coat of it. I don't like long nails. And anyway, I break them all the time because if I'm in the garden, I forget to wear gloves. And I just like this short look. And that kind of colour that's not too heavy seems to suit it. But sometimes I'll use another colour. This one I use on my toes, on my toenails. Super Stay 7 Days, Maybelline actually. And let's see what shade it is, just in case you have seen my lovely feet and want to look like that. Oh, there it is. Nude Rose 135. It's a sort of dusky pink, but I don't have a huge amount of nail varnishes. I do have clear, and clear that is like a repairer. by the way, if anyone knows or can help me with this conundrum, I've got a nail here that has a vertical split in it. It splits at the top. I don't think it's quite split there, but this has been going on for, I don't know, 6 months or something. And I can just about stop it splitting there if I keep cutting it. But what I usually do is put a tiny little bit of tape on it every day to stop it splitting. And it did get better, but as soon as I stop using the tape, it reverts back. And I can see the line on it, and it's on there constantly. So I'm not sure how to repair it. So if you've got any ideas about that, it really drives me crazy. And I don't know why it happens on that one fingernail, but it does. I've got quite strong nails. I mean, they're not soft or anything. So I'm not quite sure why that would happen on there. Is it dryness or something like that? I don't know. If I were to use a oil or something, it would be castor oil. And I've got some that I use, and I maybe use it on the lash line again, or my eyebrows, or on my fingernails, or on my legs sometimes. So that's another product that I do like. I think I've covered everything. So some things that I can't do without are my magnifying mirrors for putting my makeup on. I have a small one that's a ×10, and I have a slightly bigger one that's, I don't know, maybe ×6 or something like that. But I literally cannot see. I can see distance, but I can't see close up to do my makeup, and it's a difficult one, isn't it? I've never had any treatments, but who knows? I wouldn't have any Botox or anything like that. I worry about my dark spots more than I worry about my wrinkles. So, and also this sort of jowly thing here going on here, and I did burn my neck in my 20s. So that hasn't helped the skin on there. So, but you know, it's all part of aging, and we're all lucky, aren't we, to be aging and seeing another day. So that's what I do, and there's not a lot else to me. But when I look at this table and see the products, I think, how have I accumulated that much? I'm sure I mean, what I've got, I do use. So there's not a great backlog of stuff. This is pretty much it, but it still seems a lot. And when you go away for a weekend or something, it's really difficult to choose what to take, but that's me. So it's another lovely day today, but it's getting hot really quickly, so I'm doing this in the lounge. And I thought I would get that wrapped up. It's probably gone on a bit, maybe it's 40 minutes, 38 minutes, so just as well it's a separate video, isn't it? I hope you've stayed with me. You know, it's difficult to know what people are interested in, but I hope you've enjoyed this one, getting to know me a little bit better. If you've got any questions about it, let me know. Your comments are always welcome. I love it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, give me a thumbs up and press the subscribe button. That would be fantastic. And yeah, we're growing. The channel's growing really, really quickly. And I'm so happy that I'm doing this and you're all on the journey with me. So thanks for sticking through 38 minutes of waffle. And I'll see you next time, probably Sunday, for my next video. Not quite sure what that's about yet. So it's a secret to both of us. So I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.